Hey folks, thanks for joining me today as we take a look at AM16 Jet Vehicon with his Micron partner, Igu. Igu is a transforming iguana. Pretty cool. The box is very normal ARMS Micron with a lot of interesting decals and pictures, especially on the back where you see, hey, what is that? It looks like Igu, Breakdown's hammer, and what looks to be Megatron's gun all merge into a giant hammer of destruction. That is very, very cool. So let's go ahead and open up this box and check out what's inside. Getting the box open isn't hard. Getting the internal sleeve out is on the difficult side. It's packed in there pretty darn tight. So on the top we've got the Jet Vehicon in a nice tight bag, and then we're going to have to open the box a little more to get inside. So just grab yourself a pair of scissors and open her up. Contained inside is the directions and the ARMS Micron on a nice runner, so we're going to have to get some building done. So we'll be back in a second. First we're going to take a look at Igu the iguana. Now this is one little weird iguana. He has a huge cannon for a tail, which we'll show that in his gun mode in a second. But overall it's not a bad little iguana dude. He's a little bit monoform with the color, but the stickers are nice, they are easy to apply, and setting this guy up, or I'm sorry, putting this guy together was super simple and quick. Not a bad ARMS Micron, but I've seen better. So, to transform him into gun mode, we simply fold up the legs, and then take the back, lift it up, and fold it over the head, and there we go, nice big gun. Now it is very similar to the first edition gun, as you can see here, but I rather like it. It is pretty cool, and it's a nice little gun. And like I said, this guy can combine with Breakdown's mace and Megatron's cannon to form a giant hammer. Fortunately, I don't have the Megatron, but I do have the Breakdown, and the Breakdown just plugs right into here. So let's go ahead and look at the Jet. Jet Vehicon in vehicle mode is super sleek and really nice looking. It kind of reminds me out of something, kind of a combination between the cars we get in Transformers RID and something for Back to the Future. It's an interesting look and I really like it. It's something that's unique and we've never really gotten anything like this before. This figure is loaded with Micron ARMS ports. There are 8 in total, plus these pinholes. You can actually have 10 different Micron weapons attached to this guy at once in vehicle mode. And actually that might be more. Does he have one on the bottom? Yeah, he's got 2 on the bottom. So you can hold up to 14 different Microns on this guy if you can fit them all on him. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a port on the bottom, 6, and then 1 up here, 7, or 1 underneath the wing, so that's 14. You could load this guy up. Unfortunately, I don't have 14 Micron arms. So we will just use the one he comes with. It looks a little silly, yes, but if I had another Igu, I would go ahead and put him on the other side and it would look better. It's a decent-sized vehicle mode, and let's go ahead and compare it to some other vehicle modes. So here's Jet Vehicon, and First Edition Vehicon, and RID Vehicon. As you can see, they are around the same size. The First Edition Vehicon's vehicle mode is larger, but this Jet Vehicon is more in proportion with his RID counterpart. Now if we remove those, let's go ahead and take a look at him compared to Starscream. And he's actually pretty well in proportion with Starscream, possibly a little bit more maneuverable given the advanced wing configuration, but it looks good and it looks proportioned to Starscream, which is a nice touch. As if I had a collection of these guys or a little legion of these guys, then I could have these guys flying in formation with Starscream. That would be very cool. Transformation for Jet Vehicon is virtually the same as his RID counterpart. The only difference is we are going to first unpeg the wings from the backpack and then fold them up and back along the vehicle and just kind of get everything in place so that the wings are folded up along the back, and I like to fold them out of the way completely for the transformation. Next we'll reach it to the back just like the RID counterpart and unfold what will be the arms. Then take the roof of the vehicle and fold that forward a little bit. And then take the front bumpers, or front wheel, what would be the front wheel wells, and fold them so that they are pointing up along, or above the hood. And fold the roof of the vehicle mode all the way down and start folding it and collapsing it up into what will be the legs. And take these inner parts and fold them forward while flipping out the feet. And we kind of break these apart. And this is that is by far the hardest part of the transformation, is just getting those legs apart. Sorry, something just fell off my desk. Then we will unfold the arms. Like that. And then fold the wings so that they are kind of flush against the back. And then reach to the back bumper and pull it straight up to expose the head, and fold it as far back as it'll go. Now mine will not go back that far because of these two pegs right here. They just get in the way, and those aren't on the RID figure. So you've kind of got this bit hanging off. I'm sure there's a way if I pull hard enough. Nope. Okay, so that is a problem. But here we go. Robot mode looks very cool. I like the look of the robot mode, especially with the wings and all the angular features from the plane mode sticking off of him. This figure just looks really, really good. Stickers include the Decepticon symbol here on the chest, these purple bit accents on the hips, and on the shins. Those are the only stickers that come with this guy. Thankfully, he was not as extreme as Breakdown. The figure itself has the exact same posability as the original RID, and I did forget there are stickers on the wings, these silver stickers on the wings. As I said, the posability is exactly the same as RID. The only thing that is hindrance of a little bit are the wings, which can pose back a little bit to give the figure more posability. You do have to be a little bit careful with the wings, as they will cause a little bit of back heaviness, but it's not too bad. Again, this figure has a ton of Micron arms ports. He can hold 2 of them in his hands, 2 of them on his forearms, 4 of them on his shoulders up here, 2 on his lower legs, 2 on his back, or 4 on his back, and then you could put 2 on these pegs right here. So you can load this guy up and make sure he is completely incapable of standing on his own. His weapon, or Igu, fits nicely into his hand or onto any Minicon port. So we'll just have him hold it here. And his joints are nice and strong enough that they can hold the Micron arms with no problem. I keep calling it a Minicon, I'm sorry. I know it's an ARMS Micron. It's a fantastic figure. My only complaint is it's pink. Okay, it's not pink. It's lightish purple. But when I first pulled it out under some yellowish lights that we have upstairs, it looked bright pink. Oh well, it's actually not too bad. The purple is nice metallic. I do like that a lot. But it's not what I would consider Decepticon purple. I think Decepticon purple is just a little bit darker than what we have here. When comparing him with his ground-based brother, you can see that these figures are almost identical. The identical molds were used. The transformation is strikingly similar. They even have the exact same heads. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the part being able to fold flush against its back. This whole bit piece just comes much farther than it does on Jet Vehicon, as you can see. I don't know why that is. Maybe that's just an issue with my figure. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody else do video reviews of Jet Vehicon yet, so I'm not totally sure. But Jet Vehicon is really very cool. I do wish that there wasn't a sticker for the Decepticon symbol, unlike the RID, where it's actually painted on underneath the plastic here, as opposed to molded onto the plastic on Jet Vehicon. But overall, these figures are great. I'm glad I have both of them, and the fact that one is different color than the other is really nice, being able to tell the difference from each other. So, long and short of it is, if you can get Jet Vehicon, I would. If you were not able to get RID Vehicon, then go ahead and get Jet Vehicon. Right now, however, it appears that Jet Vehicon, like Breakdown, is going to be a Japanese exclusive. We just don't know yet. Hasbro has not announced this guy for the US for a US release, and that is a shame because this guy is pretty freaking awesome, and he really deserves to be in your collection, especially if you need to build an army of flying drones. This guy, except no substitutions.